Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is Corey from a Hazy Reaction. Now I have a video here. I think a couple people have already tackled this topic, but it's with Neo. He's on DJ Vlad TV, or Vlad TV rather. And he's talking to this young lady, and they're talking about children and the decisions that parents make versus the outside entities make for our children about transitioning. I want to hear what he has to say about it.
Issue with the LBG. I have no problem with with nobody. Okay,
Right.
love who you love, do what you do.
Exactly.
I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman, and it wasn't but two genders, and that's just how I rock.
Me
Now,
too.
you could identify as a goldfish if you feel like.
Right.
I don't care. That ain't my business. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not gonna call you a
Right.
goldfish, but you want to be a
Exactly.
goldfish, you go be a goldfish. It's all good.
Amen.
I mean,
Well said.
it's just, we live in a weird time, man. We do. We live in a time where a person will have a mental breakdown in front of their camera.
Right.
Wait, let me white balance it.
That's crazy, right?
What the hell is that? Like, if you are of sound mind enough to find the light,
Right.
and
Exactly.
then break
Exactly.
down,
Exactly.
ain't nothing wrong with you.
Right.
It's
No,
it's
there is
staged.
something wrong with
Whatever,
you.
there's something wrong with you. But
Right.
ain't nothing wrong with you. Like, man.
Right,
it's just,
right.
I don't
You're
know.
you're adding to it. It's all how we deal with life.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and a lot of people want pity, self-pity. And I don't
Listen.
like that.
That was one thing that was not allowed in the house that I grew up in. It's like, okay, get your cry out,
Right.
give that its moment. But once it's done, keep moving.
That's right.
We're not going to sit and dwell in sorrow.
Very
We're
true.
not going to sit and dwell in anger. We're going to give those emotions the moment that they deserve.
Amen.
We're going to respect those emotions. But then we're going to get up and continue moving, because it's not about the fall. You can fall a million times. You get up 1,000,001. That's the way I was raised.
Me too.
Yeah,
I grew up in a
alright,
household
that
like
hurt.
that too, with
Go
similar
ahead,
values.
Now they pamper, oh my God, and
trigger
let's go to the
warnings.
house.
What the
Right.
hell is a trigger warning?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just when I
It
just
is
don't know
weird
when the world
times.
became so sensitive. Like comedians can't tell jokes no more.
No.
Like, everybody's offended. It's a joke. It's
Right.
a comedian.
Right.
It's a joke. You're not supposed to take it serious. It's a joke.
Right.
His literal job is to joke. And
About everyone.
About everyone
Right.
and everything. And people want to get offended and like, don't say that. That's triggering. Oh my God. You know what?
Yeah.
Sit in your house by yourself.
Exactly.
It annoys me.
I mean, anything can trigger you. A light can trigger you. A smell can trigger you. So, I mean, we got to walk on eggshells. Well, that's what they want us to.
That's what they want us to do.
But
my generation, there were no
damned.
trigger warnings. Okay, you got up and you kept moving. That's
Right.
kind of what it has to
We
be.
was kicked outside. We would come inside before the lights go down.
Exactly
If
that.
we got bumps and bruises, we just washed it off with the hose outside.
Yeah, he was good. Come on, man.
It's totally different
We
times.
need to get back to them days. I feel like I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
if your little boy comes to you and says, "Daddy, I want to be a girl," and you just let him rock with that, you just let.
Right.
He's 5.
Right. And where did he get that
if
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that.
And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6, growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs, they're not allowed to do alcohol.
Right.
But we can medicate
He
them up.
can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
Right. Oh, right. What sex?
Yeah, as a parent, so I have 2 children, right? And as a parent, my job is to give guidance, moral and emotional support to my children. So I understand what he's saying. Also unconditional and selfless love, right? But not, and I want to give them confidence, right? And courage to be who they want to be. But at the same time, when they're young, it is an issue because we know kids are very impressionable, and kids, they want to be something every other day. Every day they want to change. My son wants to be Superman. Well, you can't fly. So that might be a problem. He was Ninjago. He was this. He likes Wonder Woman. Things like that. So kids, they want to do things. Let them do things in that respect, but not something that's life altering that they may regret when they get older. I think that's something more for when they are mature enough and adults. That's how I feel about it.
Sex orientation, and he can cut up his pee-pee, and that,
See?
to me, that makes no sense
And it's,
whatsoever.
I
Sorry.
don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that they either passed or are trying to pass a law in LA that states if your child comes to you and asks to do some of these things and you say no, they can take your kid from you.
Yeah, that's true.
Another problem I have about this is that, not at the behest of the government or other agencies or entities out there that say it's okay for your child to do this if you let them to, and if not, you're a piece of trash parent. When a parent's job is to provide the basic needs for their kids, right? Food, clothing, housing, healthcare. These outside agencies that are trying to uh, push this movement aren't doing that. Wouldn't you agree? We make decisions about the welfare of our and development of our child, their education, and even religion at points, but not these outside entities. They're not doing any of these such things. So we protect their rights and their interests of our children till they're old enough to make an educated and an informed decision as an adult, not as a child. That's the whole point of parenting.
Just passed in California.
That makes no sense.
They want us to have no control over our children
I don't get it.
in schools,
I don't
and
get it.
hospitals, libraries.
Yeah,
They just want to manipulate. You got to understand, when they're so young and they're already, that's
Impressionable.
That's right.
Impressionable.
And
Yes.
from them, they're going to believe what you say. I mean,
Yeah.
we say Santa Claus is real, the
And they
Easter Bunny.
believe it, like,
right,
come on.
exactly.
Like, you gotta
they know what they're doing.
Remember who you're dealing with. Like I can't take credit for it, but I heard somebody say one time, it's like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, ask your son, what is a girl?
That's a good one.
What is he gonna do? He's gonna say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls, fine, play with dolls.
Right.
But you're a boy
Right.
playing with dolls.
That's
I want to
right.
wear pink. All right, cool, wear pink, but you're a boy
That's right.
wearing pink.
I was a
Yes.
tomboy. I still love boy sneakers, and I love my baseball.
Oh, that's all I have for that video. But I just added some things in there. Like I said, we provide guidance. We provide moral and emotional support for our children as parents. And for outside forces like the government or like some of these other groups that are pushing a different narrative for our kids, yet they're not housing the kids. They're not feeding them. They're not taking care of their medical care, anything like that. To tell a parent that they're wrong is wrong in itself. Let the parent raise the kid the way they see fit. When the kid becomes an adult, they sit down and talk with the parent about these moves, and they keep it moving like that. But other ones to make laws and to encourage this nature is just wrong. It's just wrong. So that's all I have for this one. I hope you enjoyed this one about Neo and what he had to say. I didn't find anything wrong with what he or that young lady was saying. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening. Please like or subscribe and follow for more content.